I haven't done very much in my starter base recently, so let's change that. You can see here that the forest just kind of stops, and I really want to change that. Last episode we worked over here in the jungle, and I'd like to connect the two places together. So first of all, we need to remove all of these birch trees, and while I do it, I might as well explain what this forest is. So this is supposed to be an imitation of a British forest, and the problem with that is that it's really, really complicated. There's a bunch of different stuff on the floor, there are 4 different types of tree, and basically, I haven't built in this area for maybe a few months because I've been doing so much work underground. And that is rather problematic, because I have completely forgotten how to build all of these beautiful trees. So what do we do? Well, the first step is rather simple, and it's just have a quick look at the trees in detail again, and then we can kind of work from there, kind of get a baseline of what they are supposed to look like, and then hopefully we can make something that works. It's very spooky here when it rains. I was just about to go sleep, but I always forget shaders, rain and forest is quite the atmosphere. We've got a quite interesting challenge, I've realised, because if I walk around here you can see that the land is not completely but fairly flat. I can get away with putting trees on just flat spaces, and if they're on the edge of a block it kind of just works. Over here we don't quite have that luxury. This area is quite a lot more hilly. That's going to make for an even more challenging build. However, I think what I want to do to begin with is to quite simply apparently mine the rest of the wood in this tree, and then I want to start with the floor. This is something that I have done a couple of times where I've literally just put some moss, gravel, dirt, all the normal stuff just kind of on the ground, and then built from there. You can see even here I was lazy and didn't do the ground, so yeah, I think I'll just try and do as much of the ground as I possibly can, and maybe terraform the process, except for some reason I don't have a shovel with me. What? Okay, whatever. I will grab a shovel, we'll do some terraforming, and then hopefully make this ground look cool. I never knew there was a cave here. About halfway through building, I realised I explained to you guys why I'm doing this differently. So, long-time viewers of the channel would know that this forest is normally constructed trees first, floor second. So why am I doing it differently here? Well, there's one simple reason. This forest is going to be different. But the forest varies. If I fly up and look down, you can see that some areas are kind of less dense and some areas are much more dense. Some areas are swampy, some areas are rocky. And I want to do a different thing again. I want it to gradient out and get slowly sparser, so this really feels like it's the natural edge of the forest. I talk about conflict a lot here, where the harsh edge of the forest shows where the mechanics, I guess, have cut it. Over here, I don't want that to be the case. I want the forest to naturally end and transform into the jungle. And so I need a floor to work with where I can plan everything out, make sure the floor transitions into the jungle as well. So, yeah, and wow, everything is beautiful right now. But, yeah, let's build the rest of this floor and make it slightly less dense as we move up. So, yeah, I'll be back when it's completely finished. I think I left my door open. Whoopsie daisies. Oh well. There appears to be a shadow blocking my work. Give me a sec. That's better. Let's have a look at what we have done. So, it looks kind of weird. I will admit, it looks weird. But that's because it's missing trees. Really simple. Yeah. So what we need to do is we need to figure out first the tree density in different areas, and also the limits of this space, because obviously at some point I need to stop. These trees, I can't make an entire custom forest until I do everything. So that's absolutely ridiculous. So I like the fact that these trees are kind of my edge, because I feel like if I cut it here, it would feel really harsh as like a triple point between kind of the jungle, the birch, and my custom forest. So if I do this, there's slightly less of a harsh triple point there. So I think we are kind of correct. Now obviously here, these trees are super dense, that you can't see the floor at all. And then over here, we're going to kind of make that not be the case. So I need to figure out this density, and I think the best way to do that is to place some netherrack. Now, netherrack is my favourite planning block, and I didn't use it with this forest very much because I was winging it most of the time, but for this final bit, I want to be a bit more deliberate. So let's put out the planning blocks, and hopefully I can create a schematic for myself. Except that it's not schematic at all, because it won't tell me how to build the trees, which is the actually difficult bit. Oh well, let's place some netherrack. Okay people, so I do have some blocks down now, but I've got a little secret about this video, I guess. I've been procrastinating horribly making this video, probably because I haven't built these trees in a while and they're scary. But I've employed a fantastic tactic to make me get on with it. Viking hype music. I don't know what it is, but it's hyping me up and making me place blocks, so that is wonderful. Anyway, this is the distribution that we're going to go for. As you can see, it's a lot of trees. I don't always place blocks like this because it's suddenly tells me how much work I've got to do, but it should come out looking really, really epic. And this slope is great because it's really hard to place trees on a slope, so I'm just going to pretend that the trees can't really grow that well, so I don't have to build so many. Yeah, I think what I want to do next is, before I do this and allow myself to procrastinate even further, is I need to talk about this edge. I've been kind of ignoring it, not really talking about it, but of course, the prettiest part of my base is over here. And you can see that this is rather complex and decorated, which is of course the point. And it looks sick. So we need to do it over here. But I think I want to make it a little bit different. I think I want it to be slightly less cobbly and a little bit more dirt-based. Not quite mud-based like the swampy areas we've got, because I don't want to overdo the swamp. However, I think making it slightly less cobbly, like the river is less rapid here and less large stones are being placed down, so it's more gravelly. Maybe I'll even keep some of the sand around, but either way, I think this is going to be a little bit different, but it should still be cool. I think what I want to do is I want to hop into a time lapse and see how many trees I can build. And yeah, we're just gonna try our best, I guess, with this one. Do as much as I can. So yeah, I will see you guys in a bit. Yeah, you're welcome, Cake. Here's some hay bales, and yeah, I really hope you got a hoe to mine them all with. Anyway, as you might have been able to tell by that time lapse, I used Lagmatica. Yeah, I thought it would just be more efficient and easier for me to place it layer by layer. Now, in hindsight, I should have done it tree by tree, so I didn't have to keep moving around, but I thought it made for quite the satisfying time lapse. Anyway, we've got 2 or 3 more things we need to do in this area. The biggest thing is doing the whole edge area. Obviously, this bit looks great, but none of the other bits do. Second, we need to spread these azalea leaf bushes all over the forest. And fourth, wow, I've lost the ability to count. That's what I get for playing Minecraft, making videos, revising, doing exams all at the same time. Yeah, need to make some oak trees. And talking about exams, I did notice, I guess, that I haven't actually been talking about what's been going on with me and all that, because often streams are the place where I kind of talk to you guys about my life, what's happening, what I've been up to. So I thought I'd give a 2-second recap. Exams in full swing, they're going okay. Maybe not quite as well as I'd hoped, but I've only got one left, and that is 2 days after this video went out. So, yeah, basically, oak tree. That's what we're going to build next, because as much as the pacing leaves it easy, it's also, yeah, too easy. We need to focus on something that actually requires a challenge, and that is the oak. So, yeah, let's go and do that. This forest looks amazing. However, I am very rapidly running out of time for the creation of this video. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some things that take up time. No. Well, what I need to do is prep for next video, which will be a bigger one, so that's nice. But the resource gathering that we need to do is this coastline. So if I fly up, have a look, we can see a beautiful forest with a very bare and terrible looking coastline, or river edge, whatever you want to call it. So what we need to do is I need to grab a bunch of cobblestone and moss and all the other little bits that I use on the edges. So yeah, it's kind of exciting, and while I'm doing that, I'd like to tell you a little bit about Razer. Razer is a fantastic gaming apparel company who build quality products in my opinion, and I use a lot of their stuff. So what you can do is by clicking my affiliate link in the description, you can support my channel to buy some stuff. So short, quick little advert, I guess. I'm not gonna focus too much on this. So anyway, enjoy the montage. You know guys, sometimes I even completely forget that this place exists. I don't show it on camera or on streams too often, but it's actually an incredibly useful place for a variety of reasons. First is, if I can remember where it lives, is cobblestone, really helpful chest, and similarly stone. Obviously I've taken some out of this, really good for last video in particular. But what I was collecting today was the bone meal, and as well as that, these chests over here that are completely full of moss. Okay, completely full is a overstatement. I'm pretty sure I collected all of it for today's project, for doing the floor and all that. But yeah, I absolutely love this machine and this district as a whole. It is pretty awesome. You know what guys, just quickly on my way back, I want to, I guess, appreciate the fact that this computer is just suddenly massively blown up. For those who haven't seen, this is Schienenberg's base, and there is just casually a hand-built, no schematic working computer just chilling next to my industrial district. Like, bro, I fly past this like multiple times a day, and what? I never get used to the fact that bro just has a computer here. Like, huh? I don't even understand this. Like, literally, if I fly over here, there's wool there because it works with skulk sensors. Why? How? You know how I built a screen last episode? Well, yeah. This is an entirely new level that I will never be able to achieve. Alright. Anyway, I guess I'll get back to it and stop staring at this incredible place. Alrighty people, that was a little bit of fun, yes. So the plan for next episode is simple. we're going to build as much of this edge area as possible. And hopefully it comes out looking super, super cool. So, yeah, people, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, give it a like, subscribe, all that fantastic stuff. Sorry about the shorter episode today. It's just what happens during exam time. So, yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye, people. Bye.